Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, thank you for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamchandra, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Shishi Gonitai, Tulsimani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, continuing with the 8th canto, 8th chapter, and that is entitled The Churning of the Milk Ocean. This chapter describes how the goddess of fortune appeared during the churning of the milk ocean of milk, and how she accepted Lord Vishnu as her husband. Then Dhanvantari appeared with a pot of nectar. The demons immediately snatched it from him. But Lord Vishnu came as the incarnation Mohini, the most beautiful incarnation, just to captivate the demons and to save the nectar for the devatas. So, bit more detail on the chapter. After Lord Shiva drank all the poison, because that's what we read yesterday, how he very mercifully drank the poison, is famously known as Nilakant. And of course, he keeps the poison in his neck, and the color of his neck is this dark bluish color. Both the demigods and demons took courage and resumed their activities of churning. Sukadeva Goswami described the other products that emanated from the churning. So, here they are. Surabhi cow came. Havir Dhani, providing milk, butter, ghee for sacrifice, taken by the sages. So the cow was initially taken or given actually to Vashishta Muni. And then we had the horse Uchaishvara. Uchaishvrava, as white as a moon, has his quality, given to Bali Maharaj. Airavat, a white elephant, with its 4 tusks, it defies even Mount Kailash, given to Indra. 8 male elephants, 8 female elephants can go in any direction. Kastuba Mani, and Padmar Raga Mani, decorated on the chest of Lord Vishnu. So this is what he wears on his chest. Kastuba Mani, Kastuba jewel. Parijata flower, fulfills the desires of everyone. It decorates the celestial planets. Apsaras, the heavenly damsels, also appeared from the churning of the ocean. They have attractive movements which bewilder everyone. And they are also given to the heavenly citizens. Goddess of fortune came, Rama, surpassed the lightning of a marble mountain, given to Lord Vishnu. Varuni, the vine, controls the drunkards given to the demons. Dhanvantari came, finally, which was the whole goal of doing this churning, came with the nectar pot. This nectar can make one immortal. And that was taken by the demigods eventually with the help of Mohini. So, goddess of fortune Lakshmi appeared. The demigods, great sages, Gandharvas, and others offered her their respectful worship. All the sacred rivers personified brought pure water for her bathing ceremony, which was performed by great sages. The clouds in personified form beat various types of drums and blew conch shells and bugles. The ocean supplied the upper and lower portions of a yellow silicon garment. Varun presented flower garlands surrounded by bumblebees, drunk with honey. Vishwaksena supplied varieties of decorated ornaments. Saraswati supplied a necklace, Brahma a lotus flower, and the inhabitants of Naga supplied earrings. The goddess of fortune could not find anyone among the demigods to accept as her husband. Why? Okay. So all the demigods have good qualities. They also have bad qualities or defects. So what are the good qualities? Austerity. Compare that to anger. That's exemplified by Darvasa Muni. They have knowledge. They also have attachments. Brahaspati, who is actually the spiritual master of the demigods. Then we have greatness or lusty desires, Brahma. Controlship, dependent on others, Indra. They're religious, not friendly to jivas, Sukkaracharya, the spiritual master of the demons. Renunciation, no liberation, Daksha. Strength, defeated by time, Sumba and Nisumba. Nishumba. Freed from the modes, not a suitable companion. This is the four Kumaras. They always remained his children. Long life, no good conduct, however. Bali, enemy of Indra. Good conduct, less lifetime. Humans, longevity and conduct. Inauspicious habits. Lord Shiva. Well qualified, does not desire me. Lord Mukund. So these are the reasons why she didn't go to the demigods. But she was handed, gifted to Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu is very detached. He actually is renounced completely, but he accepted her. He was well qualified. The goddess of fortune could not find anyone among the demigods to accept her as her husband. At last, she selected Lord Vishnu to be her master. Lord Vishnu gave her a place to stay everlastingly at his chest, although he is independent and not in want of her. She placed the lotus garland on him and waited shyly for the Lord to accept her at his chest. Lord Vishnu's chest became the abode of two types of Lakshmi. His consort, the mother of the three worlds, and Lakshmi as a personification of wealth. So she's both his consort, and also Lakshmi is denoted to be wealth. Since Lakshmi stays in the bosom of the Lord Vishnu, she naturally sees any devotee who worships him and blesses that devotee with all opulences. The karmis try to receive Lakshmi's mercy, but because they are not devotees of Vishnu, the opulence is flickering. But the opulence of the devotees is as permanent as Vishnu's opulence. So we see Lakshmi is also known as Chanchala. She moves around. Unless Vishnu or Narayan is present, she'll always be moving around. So money doesn't stay. Money keeps moving around. Lakshmi keeps moving around unless we worship Narayan. Because of this combination of Lakshmi and Narayan, all who were present, including the demigods and people in general, were very pleased. The demons, however, being neglected by the goddess of fortune, were very depressed. Then Varuni, the goddess of drinking who controls drunkards, was generated, and by the order of Lord Vishnu, the demons accepted this young girl. Varuni means the food of Varun. Then the demons and demigods with renewed energy began to churn again. So they hadn't finished the churning. There was still, all these things were coming, but they were still looking for this pot of nectar. This time, the partial incarnation of Lord Vishnu, called Dhanvantari, appeared. He was very beautiful. He carried a jug containing nectar. So this is the nectar of immortality. That's what they've been churning for. The demons immediately snatched the jug from Dhanvantari's hand and began to run away. And the demigods, being very, very morose, took shelter of Vishnu, who assured them not to be aggrieved, as he would bewilder them with his energy. After the demons snatched the jug from Dhanvantari, they began to fight amongst themselves. Lord Vishnu, having solaced the demigods, did not fight. He remained silent. This is Dhanvantari with the pot of nectar. While the fighting was going on amongst the demons, the Lord himself appeared as the incarnation Mohini, the most beautiful woman in the universe. So this is very unique. First time that this has happened. And this is in the pastime of the Kumbh Mela. The Lord, he often incarnates in the male form, Ram, Varaha, Nrsimhadev. But this time he incarnated as Mohini, beautiful female form of the Lord. Her complexion resembled in color a newly grown blackish lotus. Every part of her body was beautifully situated. Her cheeks were very beautiful, her nose was raised, and her face full of youthful luster. Because of the movements of her eyebrows, as she smiled with shyness and glanced over the demons, all the demons were saturated with lusty desires, and every one of them desired to possess her. This is Mohini. And this is very interesting because this pastime, apart from Kurma, there are 5 other incarnations of the Lord. It's very unique. So Lord Kurma himself, the tortoise holding up the mountain, the sensation of his back by the mountain relieved the itching sensation. Who else can scratch the back of a tortoise apart from a mountain, a massive tortoise? 1,000-armed Vishnu stood on top of Mount Mandara and held it. Lord Ajita assisted the demigods to churn the ocean. So that's 3. Number 4, Lord Vishnu entered the demons as a quality of passion, the demigods as a quality of goodness, Vasuki as a quality of ignorance, to encourage them and increase their various types of strength and energy. The 5th is the partial incarnation, Lord of Medicine, Dhanvantari. He appeared from the churning. And then the 6th is the enchantress, Mohini. So a very unique pastime. 6 incarnations. The demons, so chapter 9, which is entitled The Lord Incarnates as Mohini Murti. The demons, being enchanted by the beauty of Mohini's form, agree to hand over the container of nectar to Mohini Devi, who tactfully delivered it to the demigods. So, when the demons got possession of the container of nectar and were fighting each other, an extraordinarily beautiful young woman appeared before them. All the demons became captivated by the young woman's beauty and became attached to her. Now, because the demons were fighting amongst themselves to possess the nectar, they selected this beautiful woman as a mediator to settle their quarrel. So they were enchanted by Mohini, purposefully. The Lord is also the most beautiful among women, surpassing even Lakshmi's beauty. To prove this to Lakshmi, the Lord showed his form as Mohini, challenging Lakshmi. Mohini first informed them that they should not place their faith in her. But they took her words as spoken jokingly and gave the nectar to her. She indirectly disclosed her purpose of cheating the demons. So she already did that. Don't trust me. But they were so enchanted by her. They didn't believe her. She was certainly speaking seriously, but the demons, being captivated by her bodily beauty, took her words as a joke. Taking advantage of their weakness in this regard, Mohini, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, got the demons to promise that whatever decision she might give, they would not refuse to accept it. And because they were so much attracted to her, they agreed to that condition. The demigods and demons then observed a fast. After bathing, they offered clarified butter and oblations onto the fire and gave charity to the cows, and to the Brahmins, and members of the other orders of society, namely the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, who are all rewarded as they deserved. This is both demigods and demons. They both observed the fast. They both did the offerings to the various personalities. Thereafter, the demigods and demons performed ritualistic ceremonies under the direction of the Brahmins. Then they dressed themselves with new garments, according to their choice, decorated their bodies with ornaments, sat facing east on seats made of kusha grass. So they were getting ready. Then Mohini Murti entered and had the demigods and demons sit in different lines so that she could distribute the nectar. She knew that the demons were quite unfit to drink the nectar. Therefore, by cheating them with her sweet words and bewildering gestures, she distributed all the nectar to the demigods. When the demons saw this cheating of Mohini Murti, they remained silent because they did not want to fight with the woman, and they were captivated by her. And they also wanted to show her that they were heroes. They could be patient. But one demon named Rahu dressed himself like a demigod and sat down in the line of demigods. He sat beside the moon and the sun. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead understood that Rahu was cheating, he immediately cut off the demon's head. So this is Mohini. And she was alerted by Surya and Chandra, the demigods. Rahu, however, had already tasted the nectar. It had already reached his head. And therefore, although his head was severed, the head remained alive. Thus Lord Brahma accepted Rahu's head as one of the planets. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the sun and the moon, because he sat in between the sun and the moon, and they told Mohini. So they became natural enemies to Rahu. He always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and the dark moon. So this is why we have these eclipses, etc. After the demigods finished drinking the nectar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead assumed his own form. In human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, mind, and one's actions. But they are all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. All these activities are baffling because of being separated from devotional service. So we often try to seek protection, but we don't try to do it in a devotional way. We do it in a selfish way. You protect me, my Lord. I'll do this, I'll do that. It's like a business transaction. But if we simply try to surrender unto the Lord, whatever He does is for our good. We accept that. That becomes bhakti. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed. Are distributed to everyone. Just as water poured on the root of a tree is distributed throughout the entire tree. So this is that pastime of Rahu getting his head chopped off, sitting between the sun and the moon. So let's do one more chapter, chapter 10. The battle between the demigods and the demons. So summary. Because of envy, the fight between the demons and the demigods continued. When the demigods were almost defeated by demoniac maneuvers and became morose, Lord Vishnu appeared amongst them. So, both the demigods and demons are expert in activities involving material energy. But the demigods are devotees of the Lord, whereas the demons are just the opposite. The demigods and demons churn the ocean of milk to get nectar from it. But the demons, not being devotees of the Lord, could derive no profit. After feeding nectar to the demigods, Lord Vishnu returned to his abode on the back of Garud. But the demons, being most aggrieved, again declared war against the demigods. Thus a fierce battle on the beach of the ocean of milk ensued. the fighting took place between equals. Charioteer fought with opposing charioteer, the infantry soldiers with the opposing infantry, etc. Some soldiers fought on the backs of camels, some on the backs of elephants, some on asses, some on white-faced and red-faced monkeys, some on tigers and some on lions. Some soldiers fought on the back of vultures and other birds, some on huge fish, some on animals such as bulls, some on lizards, etc. So it's a really colorful fight. Huh? Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochan, became the commander-in-chief of the demons. Bali was seated on a wonderful aeroplane, which was inconceivable, sometimes invisible, sometimes invisible. Lord Indra sat on Airyavrat, an elephant who can go anywhere and who holds water and wine in reserve for showering. Surrounding Lord Indra, king of heaven, were the demigods seated on various types of vehicles and decorated with flags and weapons. Present among them were Vayu, Agni, Varun, other rulers and devatas. The demigods and demons came before each other and reproached one another with words piercing to the heart. Then they drew near and began fighting face to face in pairs. Indra, king of heaven, fought with Bali, Surya with his 100 sons of Bali, and other demigods like Vayu, Agni, Varun fought against leaders of the demigods. They severed one another's heads using various weapons. The soldiers slashed each other to pieces. It was a gruesome battle. Their necks, thighs, legs, arms, armor, and ornaments were torn apart. Due to the trampling of both parties, dust rolls violently in all directions, covering the outer space with a dust cloud. Later, because of the blood that sprinkled down and sprayed up as far as the sun, the dust cloud could no longer float. The field became strewed with severed heads, arms, etc., and most ghostly headless trunks, which could be seen with eyes in the fallen heads, attacked the enemy soldiers. In this fight, the demons were being defeated, as all weapons thrown by Bali were cut to pieces. Also, they drunk the nectar, right? Cut to pieces by Indra. And to save themselves from death, Bali began to manifest many illusions through material maneuvers, killing many soldiers on the side of the demigods. Blazing trees and stone chips fell from the sky and smashed the demigods. Scorpions, large snakes, and many other poisonous animals, as well as lions, tigers, boars, and great elephants, all began falling under the demigod soldiers, crushing everything. Fire and water fell upon the demigods, who became morose. The demigods, finding no other recourse, surrendered again to Vishnu, Supreme Personality God, who then appeared sitting on Garud with 8 weapons in his 8 hands. The Supreme Lord counteracted all the illusions presented by the jugglery of the demons. Heroes amongst the demons, such as Kalanemi, Mali, Sumali, and Malyavan, fought the Supreme Personality Godhead and were all killed by the Lord. The demigods were thus freed of all dangers. So, that's chapter 10. We can stop there. Any questions, any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Nariman.
Yes, I never knew that Lakshmi ji appeared from the ocean by the churning. I never knew that.
Yeah. I mean, of course, she's always eternally in the spiritual world with Narayan. But in this world, she came through this process.
Okay.
Rama Devi, yeah.
And when you say she sits, we know that she sits on the chest of the Lord. Is it like a metaphor, or is it something that
she actually sits? Yeah. That's good.
We have never seen such a photos of Vishnu, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Like Lasingadev, she normally sits on his thighs, Um, yeah, I think she's on the chest because she's close to the Lord.
Yes, possible.
And yeah, she's also always massaging the Lord, seated at the feet of the Lord. That's true.
Mm.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, probably is. Yeah, probably is some sort of metaphor. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
that she's close. When somebody's close to you keep them close to your chest, right? So
Yes. Yeah. That's it looks that way.
yeah,
And the demons, well, everybody gets captivated by something beautiful, isn't it? The
yeah,
demons even didn't know that they are not getting any of the nectar.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were just taken in.
And Dhanvantri, the immortality,
Hmm.
also the goddess of medicine, isn't it? As per Ayurveda.
Exactly. He's the source of Ayurveda. That's correct. Absolutely. This nectar is part of the Ayurveda tradition, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Yes, that's good connections. And Gaumata as well appearing on earth at that time as
Yes.
Surabhi. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So, yes.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
good points.
It's very nice.
Thank
Interesting.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Mohini was so beautiful, even Lord Shiva got captivated. And I think we will see that in the next chapter or two.
Mm.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Pravin.
I just come and join. I think I missed today.
Yeah, yeah, you can catch it up later. Yeah, we'll check.
Okay, I'll just watch on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Pravin. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we can stop there unless there's anything else. Srimad Bhagavad Purana ki jai, Mohini Devi ki jai.